Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Young and the Restless Monday, March 10th update, Morgue claims Ian Ward cremated Billy fears different madmen. The Young and the Restless YNR update for Monday, March 10th, reveals that the morgue will claim Ian Ward Ray Wise has been cremated, so Billy Abbott Jason Thompson will fear a different madman. At w.a.s.p place, Nick Newman Joshua Morrow will arrive and admit there hasn't been any news on Sharon Newman Sharon case or Phyllis Summers Michelle Stafford whereabouts. Although Nick will hope to get his hands on some new CCTV footage, he'll strike out with that, too. Nick will be pretty frustrated on Monday's YNR episode, so Billy will convince him to just take a breather and have a drink with him. That'll give Nick a chance to vent, and Billy will also express regret since he didn't figure out Phyllis was in trouble sooner. Billy will bring up Ian's name and question if Nick's positive that the guy's truly deceased. Nick will argue that he was there when Ian was shot and walked by his body. Plus, Nick will admit he checked with the morgue, so he'll feel certain Ian is gone for good since he was told Ian had been cremated. That'll leave Billy fearful about a different madman being responsible for Sharon and Phyllis snatching, but Nick will clearly think they need more info to go on. At the abandoned psychiatric facility, Phyllis will do a workout and quench her thirst with a water bottle. Sharon and Phyllis will get into another argument, especially since the answer to their last riddle will seemingly be forgiveness. Phyllis will suggest she could fake it, but she'll make a prediction about their captor most likely being able to tell. The idea of actual forgiveness will be off the table as far as Phyllis is concerned. In fact, Phyllis will insist she'd rather let rats gnaw at her decaying corpse than truly forgive Sharon. However, things will take a scary turn when Phyllis gets hit with a sudden illness. Between the nausea and the burning feeling in her stomach, Phyllis will be in total agony on the couch. After the alarm blares, the captor will return with a message about Sharon needing to find the antidote. Phyllis will freak out over getting poisoned from the water bottle, so Sharon will rummage around the room in panic mode. The captor will eventually offer a clue about this item being the beginning and end as well as something you can't see. Sharon will settle on the theory that it's the one bottle of water marked with a sticker on the lid. Since water is see-through and kicked off Phyllis' terrible symptoms, Sharon will hope this special bottle will be what resolves them. Phyllis will have concerns, but Sharon will suggest she's almost positive about this. While Sharon pressures Phyllis to drink this potential antidote, Audra Charles Zulika Silver will give Nate Hastings Sean Dominic updates on her conversation with Holden Novak Nathan Owens. Audra will explain the tension in Holden's relationship with Damien Kane Jermaine Rivers since things changed once he went from a friend to Damien's employee. Now Holden seems a bit resentful and doesn't appreciate Damien's tantrums. Nate will bring Audra up to speed on Lily Winter's Crystal Callel research and the fact that Damien doesn't actually own the companies he claims to own. However, Nate will want to give Damien the benefit of the doubt and will have concerns about blowing Amy Lewis Valerie Pettiford chance to reconnect. Since so many people are digging around, Nate will worry about pushing Damien away. Audra will basically think it's wise to be wary, but she'll leave the ball in Nate's court when it comes to pumping Holden for more info. After Holden messages Audra about still needing a friend, she'll show Nate the text. Nate will message back on Audra's phone to confirm the friendship and keep the line of communication open. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Damien's secrets will continue to unravel, so stay tuned to see what else he might be hiding. The tension in Genoa City thickens as the residents continue to grapple with secrets, suspicions, and untold truths. In the latest installment of The Young and the Restless, the chaos surrounding Ian Ward's supposed death takes a new twist. The drama spirals further as Billy Abbott faces a shocking revelation, and the specter of a new threat lurks in the shadows. Here's a closer look at the latest happenings. The Ian Ward mystery deepens. The town of Genoa City is still reeling from the sudden, shocking death of Ian Ward, the ruthless villain who had tormented many, including the Abbott family. For weeks, the town has been haunted by the idea that Ward had somehow survived his violent end, his machinations still lurking in the dark corners of the city. However, an unexpected update from the morgue brings a stunning revelation. Monday's episode opened with the somber news that the morgue had confirmed Ian Ward had been cremated. This statement sent waves of disbelief through the residents, especially those who had been convinced that Ian's twisted legacy was far from over. For those like Billy Abbott, whose life had been turned upside down by Ward's cruel games, this announcement initially seemed like the end of a dark chapter. But in Genoa City, nothing is ever as it seems. The news of Ian's cremation, while offering a sense of closure, raised many questions. Could it really be that Ian Ward was gone for good, or, as the young and the restless fans know all too well, is it possible that the man who had masterminded so much chaos had orchestrated his own death to disappear and continue his plans from the shadows? The possibility of a return looms large, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats. Billy Abbott faces new fears. While the confirmation of Ian Ward's cremation should have given Billy Abbott some semblance of peace, it only served to exacerbate his growing fears. Throughout the episode, Billy struggled to shake the paranoia that had been building ever since Ian's death was first reported. To Billy, the idea of Ian still being alive wasn't just a conspiracy theory, it was an undeniable truth that the town had yet to face. As he processed the morgue's announcement, Billy found himself spiraling further into anxiety, wondering if another dangerous man, a new madman, might be lurking in the shadows. Could Ian have had an accomplice, or perhaps someone had taken up his sinister mantle? Billy's history with Ian and his own demons made him all too aware of how deep and unpredictable the dangers in Genoa City could run. He couldn't shake the feeling that someone was still out there, threatening those he cared about. Billy's growing obsession with the possibility of a new threat sent him on a path that seemed increasingly unstable. In his effort to protect his loved ones, he began pushing people away, particularly Victoria. His worries about a potential new madman started to cloud his judgment, causing him to act erratically. Victoria, who had been a rock for Billy in recent months, found herself questioning his actions. Was Billy simply unraveling from the trauma of Ian Ward's games, or was there truly a new villain on the horizon? Victoria's growing concern. Victoria Abbott's concern for Billy deepened as she saw his behavior shift from caution to full-blown obsession. She tried to reason with him, but Billy's fears appeared to be rooted too deep in his psyche. Victoria understood his trauma, having lived through some of the same battles with Ian, but she worried that Billy was seeing ghosts where there were none. She reminded him that they had dealt with Ian's manipulation together and that the man was gone for good. Yet Billy's conviction that a new threat was on the rise seemed unshakable. As the episode unfolded, Victoria's frustration grew. She couldn't help but feel that Billy's paranoia was becoming more dangerous than the threats he feared. She was caught between her loyalty to her husband and the concern that Billy's obsession with Ian's legacy was turning into something far more destructive. Could Billy's need to protect those he loved be pushing him toward a dark, unhinged path? A new villain in town. While Ian Ward's alleged death and cremation might have closed one chapter, another door seemed to open, one that hinted at the presence of a new, unpredictable villain lurking just beyond the horizon. The prospect of a new madman raises intriguing possibilities for the future of Genoa City. Could there be a new antagonist emerging from the shadows? Ian Ward's reign of terror may have ended, but his influence was far-reaching. Were there others who had been part of his plans, biding their time, waiting for the perfect moment to strike? Billy's suspicions seemed to hint at this possibility. The episode didn't offer any definitive answers, but the ominous air of impending danger was palpable. Is there a new villain waiting to rise, or is Billy simply letting his fears get the better of him? The residents of Genoa City are about to find out, and the ripple effects of whatever is to come will undoubtedly change the landscape of the town forever. The aftermath of Ian Ward's death. As the dust settled on Ian Ward's supposed cremation, the aftermath of his death began to take shape. For those who had been victims of his schemes, it was a bittersweet moment. The weight of what Ian had put them through, the mind games, the manipulation, and the fear was still fresh in their minds. While his death might have brought an end to his physical presence, the psychological scars remained. For characters like Billy, who had been directly affected by Ian's cruelty, the pain was not so easily erased. The threat of another figure like Ian, someone just as cunning and dangerous, weighed heavily on Billy's heart. He feared that history could repeat itself in the most horrifying ways, leaving him and those he loved vulnerable to the wrath of yet another sinister force. In this episode, the show expertly walked the line between offering a sense of closure and leaving the door wide open for future storylines. The tension between believing in Ian's true death and suspecting that something darker is yet to come created an electric atmosphere that promises even more twists and turns in the weeks ahead. What's next for Billy and Victoria? As the mystery of Ian Ward's death unfolds, Billy and Victoria's relationship faces new challenges. Will Billy's paranoia lead him to push Victoria away, or will she stand by him through this troubling time? Will they find a way to heal and move forward, or will the shadows of Ian's legacy haunt them forever? Monday's episode sets the stage for what's sure to be an intense and thrilling ride ahead. Genoa City is never short on drama, and with new villains potentially rising and old wounds still fresh, the residents of the town are in for a wild ride. Whether Ian Ward is truly gone or just biding his time, the residents of Genoa City will have to stay vigilant, because in this world, danger is never truly far behind. The Monday, March 10th update leaves viewers with more questions than answers, but one thing is certain: The Young and the Restless has once again delivered an exciting chapter in the ongoing saga of betrayal, mystery, and redemption.